Today I want to talk to you about water birth and the benefits of having a labour in water and then birthing in water. I myself have had 3 beautiful water birth experiences in 95, 97 and 99. And this was way before here in Australia that water birth was actually legal. It didn't come into being formally legal in a hospital until 2010. But water birth has been around for centuries. There's history books full of women that use water in labour, especially in Japan. And Japan is actually where I learnt about water birth from Michel O'Donnell, one of the leading obstetricians in the world, where I got to meet him firsthand in Tokyo when he spoke to 30 male obstetricians at a mini conference that he had that I was privileged to attend back in 1992. So this is way before I had my kids. And from those experiences of witnessing his movies that he had filmed to demonstrate what water birth was about, I came to understand completely the benefits and how labouring in water looked and how it felt for women through those beautiful films that he shared and the experiences that the women personally shared. And these male obstetricians went away and they were fully educated, like myself, in everything to do with water birthing. And I was hooked from that day on. I knew when I finally fell pregnant that that was how I was going to bring my children into the world. So what are the benefits of labouring in water? Well, for one, the water supports you beautifully. When you are 6 or 7 centimetres dilated open, if you get into a bath too soon, it can literally shut your labour down because you're too relaxed. And if you're not in good established labour, it can work against you. So just know that if you get in and you're still in your warm-up, sometimes it can slow your labour right down and make the contractions disappear because it actually doesn't work with you. It actually helps you to relax too much and your labour just disappears. Really, the water works best when you're 6 or 7 centimetres dilated and you really need the drop in intensity. In one of my other videos, I spoke about the gate theory. And that's where you have a partial gating out of your perception of the intensity to up to 30%, particularly when you're submersed in water. So that is the first benefit of being in water and labouring. It drops the intensity. Isn't that awesome? And I know myself, the moment I got into my beautiful hot tub that was waiting for me, I instantly went, oh, this is absolute ecstasy. I felt divine. And I could cope with the quick, fast labour that I was having because I do labour really quickly. And a lot of my clients over the years have laboured quickly as well. And the intensity is dropped and more doable and manageable when you are immersed in a tub of warm to hot water. Now, temperature-wise, most hospitals will have it set at around 30, 35, 37 degrees if you're lucky. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit for those people in the US. Sorry, you have to do the conversion. However, I think if you get in and you're feeling comfortable and you're not cold, that's a benefit. You do not want to feel cold and chilled. That will work against your uterine muscles working. Women do very well with heat with their full submersion. So you need to have some element of heat. If your bath is getting too cold, do as my midwife did and have buckets and containers of hot water which she poured into the bath to warm it up for me. Or she put in the hose and top up with hot water. It's really important that you keep your tub at the right temperature for you. The water helps you to stay focused and completely surrendering and letting go. That's the other beauty. It helps you to go into that beautiful oxytocinized state where the lights are on and no one's home and you can bury your face into a towel or a pillow whilst you're floating. So buoyancy is another benefit. So you can float on your back if you want to. You can float on your front. You can float on your side. If you did have a little bit of salt water, a little bit of salt, natural Himalayan salt in your water, it can help you float. That can also help you to not prune up. It creates a positive osmotic effect so you don't shrivel up your skin. It also can help plump up your vagina and perineum so it does not shrivel up as well. So a little bit of salt in your tub can go a long way to helping and assisting you, and it can also assist you to start to heal once you give birth to the baby as well. Buoyancy promotes that beautiful feeling of being weightless. And who doesn't want to feel weightless when they're in labour? I certainly loved being able to lie on my side during my 2 to 4 minutes of rest and recovery during my labour. And when a contraction came on, I turned over and went onto my hands and knees and rested my face and buried it into a towel or a pillow. That's what worked for me, and it works for a lot of my clients who I've assisted. I have assisted actually hundreds of women to have water births. I've been a doula for over 28 years and a childbirth educator, and I've seen over 450 babies come into this world, and many of those women have used water, and it really does make a difference. But it doesn't work for all women. Some women get into the tub and absolutely hate it. They feel they need to be grounded on the earth, on the ground, on the hospital floor. They don't like to be in water. And look, it's totally up to you whether you do like the water or not, but these are the absolute benefits that a lot of women gain from being in the tub. So let's continue on. Water alleviates your stress. It enables that oxytocin, endorphins to be produced and keep you in that beautiful oxytocinized, endorphinized state. And that in itself can help reduce your intensity. It helps you to breathe, it helps you to surrender, and it can move labour on quickly. I put that down to why my labours were so fast, because once I got into the tub, they seemed to speed up into hyperdrive because I was so relaxed and I was surrendering even better than I was before. So just bear that in mind. It is very beneficial for all of that. It also drops your heart rate and your blood pressure, because when you aren't well or you're a bit stressed out, you take a bath and you feel so much better. Well, being fully immersed does that. Naturally, it drops the heart rate and blood pressure. It takes the stress away. So that is how it works in labour beautifully. And it keeps your uterine contractions dynamic, because don't forget, your body is running a marathon on the inside. Even though you look like you're in heaven, your eyes are closed, you're all blissed out, you're running a marathon on the inside. So anything that's going to help you to calm those muscles down and help you cope with the intensity of those contractions is going to help you to get closer to birthing your baby more quickly. That's how it works. Now, the water can also help your perineum and your vagina to stretch up beautifully, and preventing the need for an episiotomy. The tissue, because it's soft and wet, can stretch beautifully, and it lubricates. Water lubricates, doesn't it? So your perineum is going to open, as is your vagina. Now, if you're worried about, oh my goodness, the baby could drown or whatever, don't forget the baby is in a sac of amniotic fluid, warm amniotic fluid. So the beauty for the baby is that this transition into the world is peaceful, is calm, is beautiful, because they're in a sac of amniotic fluid. And basically they just slide on out through the birth canal and into water. So they're not likely to take a breath under the water because they've come from water. They're still having their oxygen supplied to them through their umbilical cord. It's not till you bring them up out of the water do they go and they take their first breath. So a baby cannot drown unless you bring the baby up and then put the baby down again, up and down. Okay, no up and down. If you're going to give birth in the water, your bottom and baby must stay under the water. That is a rule of thumb. Okay, so you can't be squatting or standing with your bottom out, baby's head out, and then they plop into the water. It has to be they're in or they're out. That's the rule. And therefore, baby has no problem. Baby is not going to drown. All right. So as long as everything's lined up, there's no excessive bleeding, everything's as it should be, baby's heart rate is fine, temperature is good for you, and you're hydrating, support people are massaging you, you're feeling comfortable in the tub, there is absolutely no reason why you can't experience a beautiful, calm, empowered water birth. If you do feel a bit hot in the tub, have the water cooled down. Put a cold flannel with ice on the back of your neck. Have a fan on you. Cool your body down a tad. Maybe you do get a little bit hot when you labour, particularly in transition, right? We all get a bit hot and a bit flustered. So just make sure you've got a fan ready, some ice ready, cold flannels ready, and that will just keep you really comfortable, ready for your pushing, ready for you to bring your baby into the world in the most calm, peaceful way. That is so empowering and so beautiful. I can't express to you enough how beautiful water birthing can be. And a lot of women are doing it these days, which is so brilliant to see. I'm so pleased that so many women have the option now to water birth their babies and bring their baby into the world via the water of the world. So transitioning beautifully in that calm, peaceful way. And I hope for you that you might consider using water as one of your options for bringing your baby into the world in the most peaceful, calm way. Bye for now. Love your way, birth your way. I hope you create the birth you want and desire 100%. Bye for now.